my partner and I are going to explain about diversity of Ecdysozoans. My partner name is
binti Asri
and her normal metric is
AS09882.
Okay, my name is Nur binti Sukri. My normal metric is AS09298.
Okay, today I'm going to explain briefly about diversity. Okay, diversity of the Ecdysozoans. Ecdysozoans are protostome. It do not undergo spiral cleavage. It divided by two structure and characteristics. Structure has outer covering which called cuticle. Characteristic has reproduced by releasing large amounts of eggs. It has evolved separate sex, female and male. It copulate to produce eggs. Next, I'm going to explain about roundworms. Roundworms is a non-segmented worms. It prevalent in almost any environment. 2,000 species have been identified. Million species may exist. Nematodes, the most numerous multicellular organism on Earth, because they are so abundant in soil. Worm size 1 meter in length. Internal organ divided to two: tubular reproductive organ and pseudocolumn. Nematodes divide into two: free living, for example, Kelon, Ecdysozoans elegans, and parasite. This is just a briefing. Later, I will explain more about the detail. Continue from what I briefing before. Roundworms are non-segmented worms that are prevalent in any environment. 1,000 species has been identified, but there may be a million species that may exist. Nematodes has been characterized as the most numerous multicellular organism on Earth, mainly because they are so abundant in soil. Okay, what is nematodes? Nematodes are any unsegmented worm of the phylum Nematoda, having an elongated cylindrical body around worms. Worms range in size from microscopic to 1 meter in length. Internal organs, including the tubular reproductive organs, lie within the pseudocolumn. What is the pseudocolumn? A pseudocolumn is a body cavity that is incomplete life by mesoderm. In other words, mesoderm occurs inside the body wall, but not around the digestive area, the digestive cavity. Although many nematodes are free livings, others are important parasites of plants and animals. One free living species, Ecdysozoans elegans, has been used extensively as a model animal to study genetics and development biology. I will explain about the difference between female and male. Okay, I will explain first about the male. Male roundworms are smaller than the female. The posterior portion of the body of male roundworm is curved ventrally with a conical tip. Next, cloaca is present in male roundworms. The ejaculatory duct of the male reproductive system open into the rectums to form cloaca, through which feces and sperms are eliminated. Lastly, vulvar waste is absent in male roundworms. Okay, next I will explain about the female. Okay, female roundworms are larger than the male. The posterior end is straight and bluntly pointed to a conical end. Cloaca is absent in female roundworms. Waste is present in female roundworms. That's all. This is female roundworm and this is male roundworms.
Previously, my partner had mentioned that nematodes, which is the roundworms, can be divided into two, which is the free living and the parasites. The most common parasitic roundworms is the nematodes of the genus Ascaris. Okay, Ascaris, it is known as the small intestine roundworms, and up to 1 billion people was infected by it. These roundworms, it is common in tropical countries, especially areas with the poor hygiene or poor sanitation. If the host is infected, the host can be those domestic animals. And how these roundworms can be infected to the humans? After the Ascaris female produces thousands of eggs, the eggs will be eliminated with the host feces, which is the domestic animals, and these eggs will be viable in the soil for months. These eggs in the soil that viable in the soil for months can be entered into the human body through through uncooked vegetable, two through soil fingers, which is when your fingers is contaminated with the soil. Three is through the ingested fecal material. Alright, this egg will hatch in the human intestine. How? The juveniles will make their way into the veins and lymphatic vessels and carried to the hearts and the lungs. What is juveniles? Juvenile is the term that used to describe the developmental stages of the nematodes rather than using the term larva. Okay, continue from that. From lungs, the larva will travel up to the trachea, and eventually the larva will be swallowed and it will reach the intestine. In the intestine, the larva will begin to mature by feeding on the intestinal content. So what is the symptoms of an Ascaris infection? First, if the roundworms, the larva is in the lungs, it will cause coughing and bloody sputum. What is bloody sputum? Bloody sputum is the spitting out blood or bloody mucus. Second one, if the larva of the Ascaris is in the intestine, it will cause malnutrition since the larva will consume the contents of the intestines. Not only that, it will cause blockage of bile and pancreatic duct and make the person become poor in health. Besides, we also have nematode Trichinella spiralis. This can cause trichinosis. Trichinosis is a serious infection that infect human when they eat rare pork that containing encysted Trichinella larva. This infection can be very painful and can cause death. Why? Because the female adult of the roundworms, which is the parasites, will dig into the intestinal wall and produces offspring. The offspring will flow to the bloodstream. Not only that, we also have filarial worms. These worms can be transmitted through the mosquito. Elephantiasis is one of the disease that caused by the filarial worms, and which from species Wuchereria bancrofti. These worms will reside in the lymphatic vessel. Then the removal of the lymph fluid will be blocked. Then this can cause the limbs of the infected person will be monstrous or big in size. Alright, the last one is pinworms. It's mostly most commonly occur in children. The adult parasites will live in the cecum or the large intestine, while females migrate to the anal region at night and lay their eggs. The person who get infected by these pinworms will feel itchy at the anal region because the eggs, the females worms, that the parasites will lay their eggs at the anal region. Then the person who got infected by it will scratch at that region, and then the hand will get contaminated by it. Thus, if the person don't wash their hand before eating, they will eventually consume the pinworms that they get from scratching. The eggs are swallowed by the person. The life cycle of the pinworms will begin again.